In Ireland of 2009, it wasn't unusual for someone to arrive at a hotel with no reservation, pay cash, and apart from one or two, most hotels didn't require identification. Many times it would be couples who wanted discretion. But when a tall, thin, grey-haired man checked into a hotel in Sligo in June of that year, no one could have predicted the outcome. He signed his name as Peter Bergman and gave an address in Austria. Reports do not state if he spoke with a European accent, but one would assume that this was the case, as no member of staff thought anything was amiss. This was on a Friday. He came in and out multiple times during his stay and had breakfast each morning. He was described as polite but not chatty. Each time he went out, it was noted that he would have a purple plastic bag, but on his return he would not be carrying it. I'm unsure as to whether the staff noticed this at the time, or if it was picked up later by CCTV. Over the course of the weekend, he purchased some stamps for airmail and took a taxi out to Ross's Point. He had inquired from the driver where would be the most private beach, which indicated that he was not familiar with the area. He only got out for a minute and then got the taxi to bring him straight back into Sligo. On the morning of his departure, which was Monday, he asked for a late checkout and again left with this purple bag, arrived back and collected the rest of his stuff. He was spotted on CCTV at a bus station, having a sandwich. He had taken a bus from Derry to Sligo, but this time he took a bus out to Ross's Point. In the afternoon, many people recalled seeing him walking on the beach, looking like he was following sunbeams and paddling in the water. It looked a bit out of place as he was dressed in a professional type manner. He was last seen alive around 11 p.m. that night by a couple taking a romantic stroll. Early the next morning, approximately at 6 a.m, a father and son were out training and found his lifeless body on the beach. They alerted police. An investigation was carried out where they discovered that Peter Bergman did not exist, and neither did the address he had given. His image, fingerprints and DNA were circulated to many countries, but there was no hit. His post-mortem discovered that the man was in an advanced stage of cancer, but no painkillers were found in his system, ruling out overdose as a cause of death. He didn't drown either. It appeared that it was natural causes. All the labels were removed from his clothing and his personal effects had all been disposed of in the purple bags. He had gone to great lengths to conceal his identity and even disposed of his things where he knew there was no CCTV. Someone somewhere knew him, as it would seem that the stamps were used to send letters, possibly to his loved ones saying goodbye. But there was no way to trace those unrecorded letters. They could have been destined for anywhere. To this day, he remains an unsolved mystery. Given the condition of his health, it isn't beyond the realms of belief that he simply wanted euthanasia. But why did he pick Sligo? And how did he die? Was he able to die by the power of his mind? Was dying not his intention, and had he intended to travel further on his trip to Ireland, but succumbed to his illness that night? But if that was the case, why had he not gotten accommodation and stayed out on the beach all night? We may never know, but we hope that whoever he left behind did in fact receive an explanation in those mysterious letters.